Guys, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to my video in linguistics, of course, because this subject is about introduction to general linguistics. But in this occasion, I would like to explain about part of applied linguistics, translation. Well, for your information, my name is Miftah Rahmi. I'm from English Department student Andalas University, and today this is my final assignment for IGL class to complete the examination videos. So I should make 5 video about applied linguistics, and this is the third videos that I made. So talking about translation, as my understanding, translation is the way we change some message or statement or idea from one language to another language. It means when we are as a English department student, we know, I think, more than 2 language, like Minang language when we are from Minang language, Indonesian, English, and sometimes and we learn about French language, but not as not but the way we translate some idea from another idea, from when we translate of some idea from one language to another language, without missing and without missing something important, like, for example, when we are going to Singapore with our family, of course, sometimes our family do not understand about English, and cannot speak English, and do not understand English. So we are, as a English department student, English is our foreign language. We should know and understand about English. For example, when our family want to buy something in the restaurant or market, they do not know how to order and how to asking the waiters. So uh, so our family ask me to my family asked me to ask the waiters about waiters to order some food or a drink. So it also called translation, but translation is not only in written but also in spoken. And then translation and in translation, we do not when we are translate some message or statement, we do, we do not cut several cut the sentence, because sometimes we cut sentence, but do not cut the sentence too much, because it make the meaning become short, and do not how to say, do not perfect definition. So I have some example in translation is from English into Indonesian, like, do you want to eat? Do you want to eat? I'm full. Thank you. That sentence, I'm full, thank you. When we are translating to Indonesia, tidak, terima kasih, saya sudah kenyang. like that. uh, the place of uh, the sentence is changed, because when in English I said uh, I'm full. No, no thanks, I'm full. uh, it should be in Indonesia, tidak, terima kasih, saya sudah kenyang. But we can also translate like saya sudah kenyang, terima kasih, like that. We can change the sentence. When in English, thank you in the first sentence, but in Indonesia we can make thank you, terima kasih, in the second sentence. So that's our part of translation. So I have found another sources about translation. It is Manser in 1996. According to Manser, he mentioned that translation is the activity of changing something spoken or written into another language. It means that whether we are doing with something, for example, information or idea. And Manser said that translation is changing. Replace and changing word is same meaning, but it's depend on choosing the word. So in a translation there are several level of translation. There are knowledge, science can be identified, and the second is a skill, which called appropriate language and acceptable usage, and the third level is art. So in translation, in do translation, we should for the first procedure, we should reading the text, the intention of the text. We should know the intention of the text and the intention of the translation, the text type, what type of the text that we want to translate, and the readership, the setting of the text, and the connotation and the notation. We should know the notation and the notation in language. And then the last reading is after we translate some sentence from English to Indonesia, and the last we should read both of the sentence, and we should make sure the idea from one sentence to another sentence is same, without missing another idea. And then in translation, there are semantic like when in English they are use sign to make some short story, I guess, some short story. They use sign, and they use adaptation, idiomatic translation, and communicative translation. And we should know the idiom of English language and the idiom of Indonesian language. And then the differences between semantic translation with communicative translation is in semantic, they are used SL oriented or biased, and written at the author linguistic level interprets more economical and faithful, more literal, informative, detailed, more complex, but prefer. Meanwhile, communicative translation, they are used TL oriented or biased, written at the readership level, explained. So communicative more explained than semantic, and communicative usually less economical unless a text, and faithful and was poorly written and effective. So there are the differences between semantic translation and communicative translation. So guys, that's all for translation. I hope you understand and know the point that I tell you. And there are translation, definition of translation, and several idea about translation that I know. I'm sorry for my mistake. Thank you for watching my video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.